If you grew up in the early 2000s, you probably watched SpongeBob like I did, not just casually, but the way a kid worships cartoons. Old Nickelodeon had this weird vibe, surreal and a little too dark beneath the surface, but nothing ever freaked me out as badly as what I found last year. I collect retro media, VHS tapes, cartridges, anything that looks like it doesn't belong in this decade. So when a thrift shop near the outskirts of Austin put out a stack of Nickelodeon promos, I nearly tripped over myself grabbing them. Most were commercials and pilots, but buried between Rugrats and Fairly Odd Parents tapes was one with a black marker label, Club SpongeBob's Ritual. No art, no Nickelodeon branding, just a sticky orange label peeling off. When I brought it to the counter, the cashier, an old man with salt-soaked hair, stared at the tape for a long time. His lips tensed like he was trying not to say something. "Those tapes came from an estate sale," he muttered. "Owner was a cartoonist, died near the coast. They found him tangled in seaweed miles inland." I laughed nervously. He didn't. He slid the tape toward me like he wanted it gone. Back home, I set up my dusty VCR. The tape clicked in, the screen filled with static, and a title card appeared, but it wasn't the familiar blue bubbly font. White text on a black screen read, "Club SpongeBob Ritual, Prototype Archive, do not distribute." There was no Hawaiian music, just a low oceanic rumble. The episode opened with SpongeBob, Patrick, and Squidward in the treetop clubhouse, but something felt wrong. The background was darker, colors were washed out like the whole world was dying, and the characters didn't move with the usual bouncy animation. Their motions were stiff, jittery, almost like stop-motion puppets. SpongeBob turned to Patrick with that trademark grin, but his eyes were enormous, too human, too reflective. "The shell knows what we need," he whispered. "Not the magic conch. The shell." Squidward was pacing in the corner, stroking his arms like he was freezing. "I just want to go home," he muttered. Patrick held up the conch, but its holes were wrong. There were too many. They pulsed like gills. SpongeBob asked, "Can Squidward go home now?" Patrick shook the shell. Instead of the usual goofy no, a voice hissed through the speakers, layered and bubbling. "He belongs here." Squidward snapped, "What the hell is wrong with you? This isn't funny. I can't feel my legs." The camera panned down. His feet were rooted into the wood. Barnacles crawled up his ankles, forcing themselves under his skin. His flesh bruised and swelled, tendons tightening like ropes. He screamed, not comedic panic, but blood-curdling pain. Patrick and SpongeBob didn't react. They just stared, wide-eyed. "The shell says stay," SpongeBob whispered, voice distorted and glitching. Squidward tore himself free, leaving strips of purple skin behind. He tried to climb down, but the animation shifted into first-person point-of-view shot. The viewer was now Squidward. Kelp rose like skeletal fingers. Dark silhouettes moved behind the stalks. Tall, lanky figures with seaweed hair and hollow sockets where eyes should be. One figure loomed closer, tilting its head, cracking vertebrae like snapping driftwood. Its voice was Squidward's, but deeper, broken, echoing. "Please don't leave. Please." Squidward ran, or tried to. His limbs dragged like they were underwater. The environment kept looping. The same coral, the same rocks, like the forest itself was a maze. It was a prison. Cut back to the treetop. Patrick leaned very slowly toward the screen. His eyes were gaping holes. Inside them, spirals of raw flesh rotating inward like a whirlpool of meat. "It's your turn," he said. Then SpongeBob faced the viewer, face filling the entire screen. His pores looked too detailed, too real. Yellow flesh glistened with mucus. His smile twitched violently, stretching further than it should. "We know you're there," he said. I froze. His pupils locked onto mine, not like a cartoon looking outwards, but like a living thing recognizing a living thing. I tried pausing the show. Nothing happened. Then I tried stopping the show. No effect. The shell was heard again, but the voice didn't come from the TV this time. It came from behind me. Rattle, rattle, rattle. I turned. Nothing. Back to the screen. SpongeBob was inches from the camera now. Every time I blinked, he got closer without any cutting animation. "The shell can hear you breathing," he whispered. I wasn't breathing anymore. There was a static, then a wide shot. Rows of ancient tiki idols jutted from the seafloor, their carved faces contorted in agony. One idol stared directly into the camera with drooping, terrified eyes. Squidward's eyes. His mouth was chiseled open in a frozen scream. Coral worms wriggled inside, silencing him forever. SpongeBob and Patrick stood beside him like proud cultists. "Everyone gets a place," SpongeBob said. "There's room for you too. You just need to join us." The camera began zooming toward an empty idol. Its face was blank, waiting to be carved, waiting for mine. My pulse hit my throat. My skin prickled. I bolted for the VCR, but before I could reach it, the shell's voice hissed again. "Sit and watch." My legs buckled, not like a panic response, like something paralyzed me. SpongeBob tilted his head. "Good boy." His menacing grin split upward toward his eyes. Squidward, or what remained of him, forced out a gargled plea. "Please, help us." His voice glitched, looping on itself into a drowning wail. The screen flickered frames of SpongeBob and Patrick tearing apart something off camera, chunks of purple flesh hitting the ground. A tentacle thrashed into view, then another, then silence. The treetop was no longer a treetop. The wood was ribs. The leaves were rotting membranes. The rope ladder was made of braided tendons. The shell's tentacles dripped purple slime as they extended outward toward my screen. And then the TV shut off. Complete darkness. I sat there gasping as control returned to my body. I crawled to the VCR and yanked the tape out. Burning plastic smell. The ribbon was melted. I threw it into the trash outside that night. But around 3 a.m., I woke to a noise. Rattle, rattle, rattle. From the living room. I crept out, heart in my throat. The tape was sitting on the coffee table, perfectly intact. The TV turned itself on, screen pitch black, except for white text. Join the club. Then a crudely drawn idol shape appeared. Its face looked like mine. Under it, carving in progress, 83%. Every night since, that percentage goes up. 87%, 89%, 92%. I smashed the tape, burned it, buried the ashes. But it keeps coming back. New messages handwritten on sticky notes stuck to my walls on my bedroom door. The shell says stay. Your seat is waiting. You have nowhere to go. I even unplugged the TV, but at 2:17 a.m. every night, it powers on despite having no power. The idle updates. I stopped sleeping. I stopped turning off the lights. I can't stand the sound of seashells. Even the ocean on a weather report makes my skin crawl because I know what's coming. When it reaches 100%, SpongeBob will stop glitching on the other side. He'll be here, and the shell's voice won't echo from behind me anymore. It will whisper through me, through my mouth, through my lungs, until I take my place in Club SpongeBob. If you ever see a VHS tape labeled Club SpongeBob Ritual, run. Run as far as you can away from it. Otherwise, you'll be forced into the club forever. My time is almost up. It's at 98% now. Please don't come after me. Tell my parents that I love them.